rotation of And Then There Were None. In November last year, Lindsay approached me and asked how I felt if she could write an adaptation of our 7th grade novel, And Then There Were None, by Agatha Christie. And I thought it was a cute idea. And I thought maybe perhaps she would enter in some sort of playwriting contest and, maybe she'd get an award or something like that. Little did I know that after months and months of hard work, hours and hours of practice, and just all of the energy and creativity of all of these students that you're about to see, would we lead ourselves to this moment tonight. So, please give them a warm round of applause. This is And Then There Were None.
Countryside where you can see everything coming.
I fancy you've seen a bit of this world?
I've seen my fair share of the world.
Thought we might as well wait for you to make it. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's David. Now we must delay our host and hostess. Must be with you.
All the guests of Indian Island here, the vote is waiting. There will be another man coming by car, but Mr. Owen requested we not wait.
I hope I'm not late. Thanks, Master.
Actually, we're just about to leave.
Lovely spot to land.
Yes, but could be rather hard to land here in unpleasant weather, though.
Can't when there's a storm. Sometimes the islands get off for a week or more.
You must be the guest Mr. and Mrs. Owen were expecting. Come this way. Unfortunately, Mr. Owen is delayed and won't be able to make it here until tomorrow. If you would like, my wife and I can show you to your room. Dinner will be served at 8 o'clock.
and then there were 8. 8 little Indian boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7. 7 little Indian boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6. 6 little Indian boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. 5 little Indian boys going in for law. One got to chancery, and then there were 4. 4 little Indian boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were 3. 3 little Indian boys walking in a zoo. A big bear hugged one, and then there were 2. 2 little Indian boys sitting in the sun. One got shriveled up, and then there was 1. 1 little Indian boy left all alone. He went and hanged himself, and then there were none. Well, I suppose it is Indian Island.
The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. The wicked shall be turned into hell.
Isn't that weird? Well, I suppose the idea was for Indians on Indian Island.
I wonder how many there are. 10?
Yes, 10.
I suppose they're the 10 little Indians from the nursery rhyme. In my bedroom, the poem is framed above the mantel.
How queer. It's framed in mine too. Mine too.
Amusing idea, isn't it?
Awfully childish, if you ask me.
I hate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. You are charged with the following indictments. Dr. Edward George Armstrong, that you did cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleese on the 14th day of March, 1925. Miss Emily Caroline Brent, that upon the 5th of November in 1931, you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. Inspector William Henry Bloor, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor on October 10th, 1928. Miss Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that on the 11th day of August, 1935, you killed Cyril Ogilvie Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that upon a date in February 1932, you were guilty of the death of 21 men, members of an East African tribe. General John Gordon MacArthur, that on the 4th of January 1917, you deliberately sent your wife's lover, Arthur Richmond, to his death. Anthony James Marston, that upon the 14th day of November last, you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Thomas Rogers and Mrs. Ethel Rogers, that on the 6th of May, 1929, you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Justice Lawrence John Wargrave, that upon the 10th day of June, 1930, you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Dear.
She's fainted. That's all. Go get some brandy.
Yes, sir.
Who was that speaking? Where was he? It sounded...
The voice sounded as though we were in the room.
But who was it? It wasn't one of us.
Ah, here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please.
Turn it off. Turn it off. It's terrible.
A juvenile integrated practical joke, I suppose.
Oh, you think it's a joke, do you?
Well, what else could it be?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think what we should be inquiring here is who the devil turned this thing on.
Ethel, that's all right. Pull yourself together.
You'll be all right now, Mrs. Rogers. Just took a nasty turn.
Did I eat, sir?
Yes, here. Drink some of this.
It was that voice, like a judgment. I'm fine now. It gave me a turn, that's all.
Gave us all a turn, I imagine. Wicked lies it was.
I'd like to know who put the record on the gramophone. Was it you, Rogers?
No, sir. I never would have done it if I had.
I think you'd better explain yourself.
I was just following orders.
Whose orders?
Mr. Owen, I was to find the record in the drawer and put it on the gramophone. My wife was to start it when I entered with the copy.
The whole thing's absurd. Happy damn lies it was. No truth at all. No truth at all about what he said about Arthur Richmond. He was an officer of mine. He was killed under Connor's mission.
About those natives. Whole story's true. Me and a few fellows of mine were lost. We headed out, found camp, took all the food,